Hey guys, it's 24 and me here right now, KGC tournament winner. I placed 4th in BCS, so I do have my experience in bean battles, and it's come to attention a lot of lower level players don't quite have a good grasp on bean battles, which is separating them from the top tier players. So today I wanted to make a beginner's guide to bean battles, just some more basics, and more advanced guides will most likely come later after this in the future. But for now, I just wanted to create a beginner's level guide, a basic guide to bean battles to help get people started in the right direction. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk about in bean battles today is movement. Movement is extremely important in this game. It's used by everyone actually, and it has some of the most important mechanics available in it. You have, of course, the basic WASD, right? And you also have the sprint WASD. Now, a lot of things you'll be seeing in close range gunfights is you'll start seeing strafing because they no longer have that jetpack from default play to use. You'll see strafing, waiting for the enemy, hoping they missed a shot so they can take theirs. Strafing is seen in medium to high level play. It's not seen as much in low level play, but you will see in high level play by top tier players using the wall climb method. Now you'll be able to see how I do this in the top left. You'll see my keyboard and mouse, but the wall climbing method, especially as seen here, they can't see my feet, meaning they won't know I'm there. So this means that wall climbing is extremely useful, especially on walls like this. Seen right here, I can climb up this wall, no problem. You can see how I do that in the top left, of course. So curious how I'm climbing the wall. I'm going to answer this extremely simply. You basically, some walls at all, they are not climbable. Like this wall right here, you can't climb it. I know how to, I can't climb it. I know how to climb walls, it doesn't let me. Some walls are just inclimbable, and you just have to get a feel for where those walls are. Other walls are climbable. You can see, you can practice. Beantown, if you didn't notice, it's the red wall in front of the garage I'll be going to climb up. You can time yourself, see how well you are at it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna run into the wall, and you're gonna stop running for a second, jump, and then run again. And you're gonna repeat this process until you get to the top or where you're supposed to be. You can practice this alternating between jump and sprinting into the wall. It's extremely helpful, and it is allowed in all forms of tournament play that I'm aware of. And this mechanic is extremely important in bean battles. One thing I wanted to address is strategy. In bean battle, strategy, although it doesn't look like it, is extremely important in high levels of play. All teams seen in high levels of play will be using strategies. You'll see some teams play more aggressive while other teams will dictate to hold zone, and this depends on the team's play style. Different teams have different play styles because that's how they feel most comfortable playing the game, and they feel it's the most dominant way to play the game in the best way to win the game. Teams will do this for a variety of reasons. They can do this because they feel they're more or less skilled through aim than their opponents, or they feel they have a better spawn, so they may dictate to hold zone, or they may feel they have a worse spawn, so they'll decide to play extremely aggressive and trying to get early picks off so they have a numbers advantage, or they can trade out for worse players for better players. Now, all of these strategies can be seen in Twitch.tv Bunsax. He does commentating on the big tournaments, and in these big tournaments you'll see that top tier level teams are using these strategies in different ways to get the edge on their opponents. Now, example of a strategy would be holding zone. Holding zone can be extremely powerful. You can see in the finals of Yellow versus SpongeBoy actually decides to hold zone in what Bunsax calls an iron curtain method. Now, usually lower level teams will be extremely grouped up when trying to hold something, but that doesn't work in high levels of play because a gas grenade or a normal grenade can disperse that group really quickly, and they can take a lot of shots off or even get the kill on players when that happens. So what the iron curtain method is teammates will be relatively far away but still decently close enough where they can help each other out if someone's in trouble. Now, since they're all gonna hold different angles and like a perimeter like thing around zone, this is extremely helpful because it stops flankers from if they are looking to play more aggressive than normally, and if they can get any shots off on different people. It's extremely important. Angles are also extremely important in the fact that certain boxes in shipment, for example, are prone to different angles. Or camp out has the best example of this with trees. Trees are round, so if you have two wide angles, no matter where he is on that tree, you're always going to be able to shoot your opponent if you and your teammate work together and coordinate. Coordination in these strategies is extremely important. You'll see everybody knows what they're doing, and even the lurkers who's detached from the rest of the team will know. A good example of a lurker could be seen as Pug in a Tub, the lurker of a yellow team. You'll see he always in tournament play will go out, lurk, see what information he can get, even if he's able to get a trade on the other team, which can be extremely powerful. He figures stuff out, and that's extremely important, and that's one of the reasons Yellow won. They had Pug, he's Solar Saturday's winner, and he was a great lurker. He did his job really well. Sponge Boys, they just weren't quite getting that, but I'm not here to dictate how they played. I'm here to talk about normal strategy, and these strategies all can be seen in the highest levels of play, which is the dedication into it is so important, because I know pro players that'll spend hours upon hours just analyzing other teams' gameplay, looking for error or mistake. The margin of error in VOD reviews is almost nothing, because they'll find counterplay to anything they can. They need to find a way to beat them. Even sometimes they'll team up with other teams to figure out how to beat them. They have dedication, and this dedication drives them to find counter strats, new strategies, new metas, new guns, like how the revolver is being abused because Lasker showed it the world how good it was. It has the highest DPS in the game, and it's certainly being used like that. And all of this stuff all leads up, and if you want to stay at the top or get to the top, you have to have that dedication. You have to be up there. You have to figure out the strategies, the metas, the boosts, the rotations, the loot spawns. You need to memorize these things, the loot spawns, the spawns. You need to be able to check spawns, see where they are, play accordingly. You need to find loot spawns, see where you can loot out so your teams don't be loot hogs, so you all have equally distributed loot, so everybody gets what they need to win that game. All of these factors are extremely important, and all these things need to be taken into account. And I will be making more in-depth videos some other time, most likely, but this is just a beginner's level guide saying that these things are here and you need to look into them if you want to get to the top. But I cannot stress enough how important the dedication is. The dedication is easily the most important thing in this video game. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. I'll answer your questions if I do know how to answer them, and see you in the next one.